Gate 14 podcast. The gang is back together. The Cali boy, the Cali Cushman, Jeremy Roach is here. JR, what's up, brother? How are we doing? How's the Cali life living you? Maybe give the listeners a little bit of a background. Like what's like some different culture changes you've noticed there? Like just some things. Like talk to the people.
Well, the weather's been fucking terrible. It's probably been better weather. Apparently there's a thing. It's called May gray, and it's just gray all of May. So I think I've maybe seen the sun twice, but no, Cali weather's good. I'm getting used to it. I mean, Cali life. I'm getting used to it. I mean, it's not like once you get used to it, it's like it doesn't feel that different. You know, like when you go on a trip somewhere, it's gonna feel like so different because you're doing all like the crazy things in the city. But like, I mean, once you get used to it, I mean, it's pretty sick. But there's a lot to yet to explore. There's a lot. It's really
has
cool
single wait. Has single JR topped in yet? Are you?
My
are
God,
you
no.
on the
We
market?
need to talk about something. JR hasn't been here for yet.
Oh no. I'm still.
Wait, what? Avery?
Jeremy Roach and Chris Roach. You weren't. Did we talk about the Padres experience?
I don't know what are you talking about?
Jared threw up all over the floor when he went out with Chris in San Diego.
Yeah, I think we talked about that, didn't we?
No chance we did not talk about that. You puked at a Padres game?
No. I puked after the game in the hotel room on the floor. Look, the night got away from me. We were having like.
You told us about the district that you loved, and Chris,
yeah, okay. So
you gotta tell us about Chris trying to go to Mexico.
Oh, yeah. I guess we had to go quick, so I'll just break it down. We were at the I kept saying the name wrong like a million times to Chris. He was getting it was Gas Lamp. I don't know, it's some area in San Diego, and we're like, let's bar hop, but we're not looking for a crazy vibe. So we're having like this random like gin drink, and then we're having espresso martinis, and then we're having beer, and then we're having vodka soda, and we're like loaded. Chris and I just walking down the street, and these two guys are like, let's go to Mexico. And I'm like, what? And Chris is like, let's go. I got my passport. Let's do it. And Chris was like fully in, like he would have went. I was like, I don't have my passport. I'm also like not allowed to go international without approval with my visa. So we don't go. I was just like, holy fuck, Chris, there's no way we should have went. And they followed me on Instagram. I looked in the next morning. These guys were like 35 years old, just trying to bring us to Mexico.
But you told me that they said they want to go to Mexico because the bars are open later there.
Yeah, and the girls, they said the girls will do whatever you want to them. I was like, whoa, that's aggressive. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and I just like started yakking. Chris like, what are you doing? I was like, oh fuck, I guess I'm puking. So I went to the washroom, finished it out, and then that was it.
So wait, what does this have to do with girls? How did that?
No, it doesn't. That didn't.
No, girls though in LA. I mean, I haven't really got my feet wet. I mean,
you're rich. I mean, so it should be easy for you. I mean, I'm surprised you're not at the fucking hype house, content house, doing the Corvette fucking shit, dude. I feel like, and maybe you could back me up on this, like the dating apps there, it's just full of these rich, unbelievably good-looking white girls. Is that what it is? Or have you not tapped into that yet?
No, I've tapped into it. I wouldn't say it's that. I think there's definitely a lot of good-looking girls here, but like the thing about Cali is that they're like kind of stuck up a little bit.
Yeah,
like, that's like
you need a southern little Tennessee girl, like a
someone who moved to LA,
like, sweet tea type of girl. You went to the wrong place for love, brother. I wouldn't last a day there.
That's like
maybe I would because I'm kind of bougie.
SEC girls though, Johnny, who are like the hottest girls in the world, and they just have the most rat shit looking boyfriends every time. I
feel like that is the thing in LA that like really good looking girls have subpar looking boyfriends.
No, I feel like it's the opposite.
I feel like it's the opposite too, Jared.
I think
it
I'm
is
sure
the. I'm telling you, it's the opposite. In Nebraska and in like all these small little towns, the hottest girl, like the best looking girls, are usually with the most disgusting looking dudes of all time.
That makes no sense, though, Ave. That makes no sense.
No, it does make sense.
There's not a lot of options, man. Not a lot of options.
But there's a lot more.
Avery lived it.
Yeah, but there's a lot more. I would say in a smaller town. Actually, I don't even have.
What if JR just pulls Alex Earl? What if he just pulls out?
They're both influencers.
That would be so funny. JR announces he's dating Alex Earl.
The Game 14 host is dating Alex Earl. But yeah, Avery, how are you doing, man? How are you doing? I mean, yesterday, for the listeners that don't know, I went to go watch Avery, the team that Avery coaches, and his team got no hit. And apparently I'm the mush, but this is the second time it's happened to his team. So I'd love to tap into that because that is just it's bananas. I don't know how you get no hit twice.
We scored 1 million runs as soon as Johnny left.
Wait, did you guys get no hit or no?
No, they got no hit.
Almost 100% positive we got no hit. Yeah. I think we lost 7-3 again though. So,
what?
Yeah.
The craziest part, and honestly, the more impressive part is not the no hit part. It's scoring 3 runs while being no hit. I think that's the more
back-to-back weekends.
Just high velo, lots of walks, or what?
It's errors. There was so many goddamn errors when I was there.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of errors in general.
I used to run that league.
No, you didn't. You did. This is what we need. So Johnny fucking comes down mid-game as
went down to the dugout.
Sorry, not mid-game. After game 1, before game 2, he walks on the field. So the guy, who the head coach of the team, Johnny knows well too. Johnny comes on the field and goes, I used to fucking run this league.
That's what he said. I did. I was dude, 16U. I was a
And then Mora looks at him. He's like, no, you fucking didn't. Like, absolutely not.
I did. I'm telling you, man. 16U. I was that motherfucker. And if anyone
Johnny's teams were cat shit.
No, dude, you are so delusional. I'm telling you, I used to run the league. I used to run the league. They used to pinch around me. I was 16U, but I was 17 years old. And they used to pitch around me because I used to launch baseballs at Lester B. Pearson Field in Guelph. I don't even know.
That park's made for ants.
Yeah, that park's 300.
That's fine. Whatever. I used to launch there. I'm telling you, dude. I was a freak.
I won't. Anyone who
you got to get back on the field. You have to suit up for at least one game.
Like a mic'd up IBL game, Johnny G would go nuts.
They would treat me like I'm a Make-A-Wish kid.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Like, that's
they would announce your name
who's ass.
It'd be like a Savannah Bananas fucking celebrity appearance.
No, that would do numbies. That would definitely do numbies.
Yeah, we should try and get you on Savannah Bananas. You think we can reach?
I'm out on them. Have I said that take on this podcast? No. I hate the Savannah Bananas. I don't know what it is. I'm willing to die on the hill. I hate the Savannah Bananas. I think what they're doing is just like it's a good avenue to be on. Call me a cranky old man. I'm out on the Savannah Bananas.
But it's just like the Harlem Globetrotters. There's like a place for it.
The Harlem Globetrotters, like, listen, maybe it's just my
quite TikTok literally
infiltrated. Like they're
thing.
Shaking their dicks like they're fucking Bryce Hall on a baseball field. I can't do it. I'm out on the Savannah Bananas. I think it's
so
just
what people didn't know is that they were.
You would do the Corvette on the field.
I know. If it resulted in a Jays World Series, I 100% would.
The Savannah Bananas were a college summer team too,
and they sucked.
No,
and I would have made that team.
No.
Come on, again. Johnny. Do they still play in that league, Avery?
No, they don't. I'm pretty sure they're just strictly
that team. I don't really understand who these Savannah Bananas are because they used to play in a loop with like the Macon Bacon, and that was the college summer league. My brother would play on the other side. He played for the Tri-City Chili Peppers or something like just all-time names in this college summer league. And the Savannah Bananas were in the other side, but I don't know if they're still doing the summer stuff or they're just so into this type style of baseball. Johnny's just a grumpy person. He was trying to tell people how to feel on Twitter.
It's unbelievable how jealous
I was not trying to tell people how to feel, dude. What are you talking about? This is Avery. I guess we can go into Jay's stuff. Avery is a full heel. Avery's dumb brain cannot consume its own take. The only take that he has is the opposite of mine. That's it. There is no take that Avery has. It's just the opposite of mine. Whatever I'm thinking, just know in the back of your mind, don't even have to look at Avery's Twitter. He's on the opposite side of mine. And I
don't tweet those thoughts. I say them out loud to you.
Yeah, on stream.
Yeah.
So listen, obviously Friday the Jays won, and it was disgusting. Terrible base running. Pitchers were walking guys. Couldn't hit with runner in scoring position. So and so forth. And there's these millions of tweets where it's like the Jays played like shit. I agreed with it. I know the Jays played like shit. I was more defending the fact that can you just put aside your analytic stuff for a second and just be like, holy shit, this baseball team won a game. Yeah, can we just celebrate this team winning a game? They went 2 weeks.
Like a nice tweet would have been, good teams find a way, even when they don't have their best stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not smart enough, and I was also a little bit drunk when I got in that Twitter argument. Fucked Up Fridays. By the way, we are undefeated on that. We're 6-0 on Fucked Up Fridays, which is a crazy stat. But my point was this. Everyone is just all of a sudden, and maybe it's just because of my Twitter page is now infiltrated with Blue Jays Twitter guy, like all these analytic guys and everyone that can't really enjoy and just watch a game of baseball. The entire timeline for me was, wow, I don't even care if they win. This team fucking sucks. Can we just enjoy a win? Like, I would have murdered someone for a win 2 weeks ago, like a week and a half ago when the Jays were getting swept by the Orioles, where they were getting dog walked. I would have murdered someone for a win, and they finally get a win. Not good enough. You know what these guys are? These guys are that father-in-law that you have that no matter what you do, this motherfucker's gonna hate you. That this dude is gonna hate. Hey, I got a raise. That's it. $90K a year. That's it. We're not in six figures yet. Hey, I got your daughter pregnant. Oh, cool. Now the kid's gonna have a deadbeat dad. Like this is what these people are. It is impossible to make them happy. The Jays could win a World Series and they'll say, "Fuck, they won Game 6 ugly. They did not deserve to win Game 6." That is what these people are.
Yeah, it's just the difference in ways of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
When you have so many numbers available to you now, and they don't tend to go the right direction, it's easy to make those assumptions, and they're usually right when the numbers are saying, like the Kikuchi thing. It's like, yeah, no shit, he's gonna suck at some point here,
but just enjoy it.
He's literally horrible, but like let's be excited for him when he pitches well and like do nice things for him. So it's always the difference. But you're right, it's how our feed has gone now, and I've muted
a lot of them. I wouldn't have seen it. I got sent it a million times.
I'll say there's nothing wrong with those people. There is a place for them. Johnny's going to be sick when a Twitter person becomes the first MLB GM in 10 years. And
yeah, maybe it's us. Maybe we're in that avenue. I don't know.
Maybe not.
But it is, like I said, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's how like European soccer went when they have GMs of like third league teams who are on Football Manager. How they
on EA Sports,
yeah,
playing like FIFA, yeah. It's
different. It is different.
Yeah, it is different.
But as a Charge It to the Game podcast, not so much analytics. We're happy when they win, no matter what.
Yeah, and I listen. I've been pretty decent with it. I haven't got in the mud with guys like that and all that stuff. Because I have them muted. I got sent this tweet a million times, tagged in this tweet like. People love poking Johnny and they love seeing Johnny fucking mud boy get in the mud. Yeah. And that is my downfall. I love to please the people. That is my downfall.
Are you going to apologize for?
I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm really not. I love getting in the mud. Obviously, it was rightfully so.
Actually, you only apologized once before.
Do you remember what was it for?
I think it was when that guy body bagged the shit out of you in your reply, and then you're like,
no, I did. Okay, the Brandon Nimmo situation.
Yeah,
but looking back on it now who's laughing? We got Kevin Kiermaier, who's substantially better. So who's laughing now, asshole? I might have to go back to that, but I did apologize for that, and I do remember it. I was in an Anytime Fitness parking lot in British Columbia, and I was like, well, it's time to just tip my cap this time. There's no bouncing back.
That's the first time I've ever seen you.
There's no bouncing back from this, folks. This is just tip my cap territory. But yeah, it was a good weekend. Other than that, I mean, besides
lots of Jays fans there. My sister was in the building.
Did she meet BJD?
That would have been funny. Hey, sis, did you meet Blue Jays dad?
Jared, did you
Did
see
you
the
meet a
Blue Jays dad
5'2"
stuff?
guy with?
I saw it, dude. What the like? He was tweeting nonsense. Like it was like he was acting like he was a celebrity.
Blue Jays dad and family at Target Field.
Yeah,
That hashtag was awesome. So explain the Blue Jays dad thing to people who don't know, Johnny.
Okay, so I don't know how our listeners wouldn't know who this is, but it's a grown man who calls himself Blue Jays dad, and he refers to his kids as alphabet. What is it? Letters with numbers. So he calls them like G1, D1, F1, R1, T1. And he's just a grown man that calls himself Blue Jays dad. That just spews absolute nonsense on the internet. Like, he had this take the other day where someone was like, nice error by Calvin Biggio. He said, he's rusty. What the fuck? What does that even mean? He just this old man.
He has an incredible amount of followers too.
He has, but the thing is though, he cheats with it because he's following 15,000. So I couldn't even imagine what this guy's feed is. He's following 15,000, which makes you think he doesn't even look at his feed, which is kind of rock star shit. But he is following 15,000 to 17,000 followers, and he just spews random stuff. And I digress. Actually, he's not old. He's just he's a father, grandfather.
He's for
actually,
the family.
Yeah, congratulations, Blue Jays dad. Yeah, he. By the way, he just got announced he's going to have a grandkid. So congratulations, Blue Jays dad, on that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to explain what he was wearing.
I just poke him. He was wearing a number 5 stole Charlie Montoyo's jersey, Blue Jays jersey that said Blue Jays dad on the back of it, and I don't know why I was shocked by it because he is the most obvious last name on the jersey guy in the history of the world. And maybe you guys, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Like, where are you guys at with people putting their last name on the jersey? I think it's the dumbest thing ever.
I loved it when I was a kid, and now it's just weird.
Like a grown man with like Samson or like just something random on the back of his like Matthews on the back of it. I think it's just a waste of money.
It was probably my favorite thing as a child would be putting my name on.
So you have Shenye. You have a Shenye Blue Jays jersey?
No, not that. I think I have a Raptors one. I was like 8 years old.
We need to auction that off.
I was super young, but I loved it. I just thought it was so cool. I was like,
you thought
maybe one day this will be for real. That's what I was thinking.
Blood thinks he's on the team.
You think it's cool. As a kid, you think it's cool.
I think you get past high school, can't do it. Illegal.
I think past the 4th grade. If my kid, but anyways, that's Blue Jays dad. And anyway, so he was tweeting the entire weekend. Obviously, he's there and stuff like this, and he is doing hashtag Blue Jays dad and family at Target Field after every single tweet, trying to get it trending. So I was on the stream on Friday. I was like, fuck it. Let's just start tweeting this, like all of our followers, our listeners, and a pretty decent amount of Twitter was actually tweeting it. And I think he went through it because like at like 3 a.m. or whatever the night after, he started liking my tweets with the hashtag Blue Jays dad and family at Target Field. Do you think he knows we're fucking with him? Or do you think he like is like, oh, those are my guys?
No, he definitely.
No chance he knows we're fucking with him.
You guys have gone.
No chance in hell. Because I tweeted at him today. He did like a massive thank you.
Tweet say?
Yeah, he did like a massive thank you to all the Blue Jays fans. And I said, no, thank you, Papa. Hashtag Blue Jays dad and family.
His family on Friday night, I didn't get to watch any of the other ones live, was on the TV every half inning.
It was wild. Like the camera was not off them.
I feel like I'm hoping we might have had a part to do with him being on the TV screen.
I couldn't get enough
Johnny
of it.
Literally tweeted right before the end of an inning, where is Blue Jays dad, like at Sportsnet, and within 5 seconds, Blue Jays dad and his whole family.
It was must watch TV. I didn't even care about the game at that point. I just wanted the half inning to happen so I could see BJD. I was all in on it. It was all time, but it's so funny. He was like today. He was wearing like a Hawaiian dad shirt with the Blue Jays, like just Blue Jays themed.
He's the best. I think if you met him, he'd be a good guy.
I know he would. No, he would definitely be a good guy. I just hate his online presence.
Yeah,
I just think he has the worst takes ever.
Yeah, no, like you definitely he's drinking an IPA somewhere.
Yeah,
he's
having like a wine. Like he's drinking a wine at a Jays game.
No,
He's drinking a glass of wine.
He's having an IPA, and
I think you'd have a great chat with him as long as you were super fucked up and he wasn't.
I couldn't do it sober because by the way, I was listening to his voice because he was on another podcast today. And it's the most high pitched voice. It's like everything is all just coming around. It's all time. So he was there. He stole the show this weekend, saved the season. And then let's go into the Friday game, obviously. By the way, I want to bring this up. Why we get banged up on stream? When was the last time we got banged up in person? You're just too busy with this fucking coaching shit. When are we going to go out and get after it with the boys?
Great question. Needs to happen soon. I haven't had a good, really, really fucked up in a long time.
Alto invited me to this thing on Saturday. And you could come. We'll figure it out. It's in Toronto. It's like they're renting.
I got a buddy's birthday party. I'm gonna be at the George Saturday night. Sadly.
Yeah. See, Avery big times me all the time. But anyways, let's go.
God.
This one. There was a whole Instagram chat made for this. One of my good buddies. So
all right, that's fine. So let's go into this. Let's go into the games here. So, Friday, full suit game. I'll be honest with you. I think I'm just gonna embrace the full suit. We have to go to a game in a full suit. We have to do like some sort of subscriber goal. Because obviously the subscribers are going up and stuff like this, but giving them the initiative for something would be all time. I think the full suit game would be electric, and I'm not just saying that because I look good in it. That's all. I'm not gonna say that. We're gonna leave that. But we're gonna leave that behind.
I'll say I don't think I own a suit.
There's two types of men.
You have weddings, Eve, coming up. What are you gonna wear?
I'm gonna have
Gate 14 gear.
Yeah.
Dude, weddings are the best.
I have a good pal's mother who works in the suit business who I definitely need to have a chat with.
Yeah, I'll hook it up for you. I'll hook it up for you. But this is off topic. Weddings fucking rule. I mean,
Johnny has tried to work his way into every wedding party he's ever.
No. Do not.
Well, I was in a group
I don't want to
chat
be
where
infiltrated. I do like the wedding party thing is fine. I like being just in the wedding, like just at the wedding,
like sitting at the back table.
Yeah, no, I just like sitting at just wherever. Just let me get after it. For the food, all that type of stuff, the camaraderie.
I've been to one wedding. I feel like it had to have been a different group, maybe, but
I'm a crier. Do I come across? I cry.
Abe was at a different group. Abe was with a different group.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. We'll explain that off.
Okay,
screen
my one wedding experience, I think we could have had a lot more fun, but there's just like no music after like 11.
You'll have fun at a specific individual's wedding.
Well, Bryson's. I don't know if Bryson's having a wedding, but he said you could be my date. So that wedding would be an idiot zone. I will say that wedding will be absurd. But yeah, weddings rule. And I do cry during the mother-son dance every time. It gets me. I don't know what it is.
What's the song? It has to be the song.
Well, yeah, okay, here it is. So Nolan's wedding in Texas. It was that song. I was like, "What's going on, mama?"
Yeah.
What's that song by Morgan Wallen? I forgot the name of it.
I know the song too. It made me tear up first time I heard it.
Yeah. So they were playing that, and his mom obviously like battled cancer and got like obviously she's free of it now. And I was just bawling. And I was at the table with like Bryson and all the boys. And I was just like looking around, like trying not to fucking have the guys see me just absolutely bawling my fucking eyes out. But yeah, weddings rule. That's the moral story. Maybe I'll be a part of one someday. But let's go into this year. I mean, that Friday game, I know we chirped like the analytic guys. The Jays played like ass. they played terrible that game. The base running, what is this base running that has happened to the Toronto Blue Jays?
It's weird. Today, it's all the old guys.
Kiermaier and Springer on Friday. Like, Springer, what are you doing? Where are you going to go? The infield is in. And the chopper to the shortstop, and he is in no man's land and gets thrown. And then you have Vladdy. What the fuck was Vladdy doing there? Vladdy's rounding first.
You use this word. I digress a little bit. Vladdy was doing the right thing if Springer did his job by staying in a rundown longer. Because when you get in the rundown, the next guy's just supposed to keep going.
Yeah.
I think Springer gave kind of a piss poor effort trying to stay in the rundown to advance the runner, and Vladdy gets backpicked. I don't think that should have been on him. I think it was kind of a shitty Springer effort, sadly.
But that was the most like Toronto Blue Jays thing ever. So they get a leadoff double, sacrifice fly by Bo, who by the way is just like the best hitter to ever grace this planet.
Yeah.
Tags to third, and then you get a Vladdy infield or a Vladdy chopper to shortstop, and Springer gets thrown out at third, and then at first, and the inning's over. And then it was just the world was crumbling on Twitter. Right, I was a part of it as well. The world was crumbling on Twitter. I was punching a chair. It's just insane. I don't know what is happening with this team. And even after a 2-1 series win this weekend, I still don't feel like what's going on here. I don't really feel as good as I should feel after a series win, right, Abe? Like it was still kind of sloppy baseball. Brewers walked 5 guys today. Obviously worked around it, but what a weird weekend this was.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. There's no brighter times ahead from this weekend. Like, hey, we're finally starting to play better ball. You play a good team this weekend, very good chance you're swept.
100%. 100,000,000%. Like, I'm watching that Braves game tonight, and I'm seeing the Acuna. Obviously, Acuna is a hard comparison, I guess, but I'm seeing Acuna get on, Olsen nuke, Riley nuke. I'm just seeing all this, and I'm just like, I don't know how the Jays swept this team. It didn't seem like after that series win this weekend that there was a light at the end of this tunnel where it was like, oh, okay, now they're starting to break out. There was no like skull fucking victory where it was just 10-1, 10-0, just a hit fest this weekend. It was just kind of, they just squeaked through and got the win by good pitching. I think
what the big thing about the weekend is that they found a way to win. And that's what you can take from it.
That's what you need to get back into it,
Played shitty, but at the end of the day, those guys, 99% chance, they're not going to look at their expected stats from this weekend. They're not going to look at how their velocity, launch angle, given up, batting average on balls in play. They see 2-1. You get back on the plane. You're going
have some beers, play some cards. Happy. You got an off day tomorrow, maybe golf a little bit. Just take your mind off baseball. But one thing that I do want to talk about from that Friday game, and I kind of touched on it earlier, Bo Bichette's insane.
He's so good.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle, and I know it's way down the road, him not being a part of the Toronto Blue Jays. He is so fun to watch, and to make it even better, he has cleaned it up defensively a substantial margin. When was the last time he made an error? The Phillies game? Like 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago? That was the last time he made an error. He has been absolutely lights out in the field. And to top it off, the dude is raking. He's hitting 335, Abe.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. I know this isn't a good contract podcast. I'm horrible at them. Very bad. Has Bo Bichette played himself? Has Bo Bichette played himself into more money than Vladdy?
Someone made a good point on Twitter. It's Vladdy had that MVP year. Has his other years been good? Sure. I mean, last year he had 35 nukes, I think, at 280 or 278. Is Vladdy a $350 million player? Would you be more comfortable giving that to him or giving that to Bo Bichette? And that's a question that is going to have to be answered, because there's a little bit of a dick measuring contest there. Bo Bichette's if he's going to look at his stats and be like, why is Vladdy getting more than I am? And he's not going to want to sign here with that. He's going to want to send a message maybe, and his agent's going to want to send a message and be like, I'm going to go somewhere else and get more than Vladdy, which someone else is going to pay Bo a shit ton of money. Let's make that as clear as possible. So I don't know. I think Bo Bichette is consistently, we're talking about a guy that led the league in hits back-to-back years, is leading the league in hits this year. It's hard to disagree with the fact that Bo Bichette's worth more than Vladdy. It's really hard to.
He's currently playing a premium defensive position as well.
Yeah. He's shortstop too. That's a good point. Like, I think Bo has played himself. The thing is, though, do the Jays pick Bo over Vlad if they had to pick at this point?
I would think, listen,
obviously
we're talking about this when he's struggling, right? We're talking about this when Vladdy's struggling, so it's kind of hard. But I think just based off of the fact that how hard it is to find a shortstop that rakes like Bo Bichette does, the Yankees have been trying to find a guy like that since Jeter left, and they can't. It's impossible to find a hard-hitting shortstop like this. I don't know how you let a guy like Bo Bichette, who is a cornerstone you could build an entire team around, you let that guy like that walk. Or you let him go somewhere else or just explore other options. I don't know how you can do that. Right?
Okay. The only thing that would worry me is, excuse me, knowing that he's going to move off shortstop at some point. And I think that would be reason for them to not give
Is
him
he
money.
though? If he keeps showing progression at shortstop, I don't know how you move a guy off
But
there.
even second base, though, it's better than. I think it's
we let a second baseman walk, and we're still looking.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
So maybe we're not looking for one. We have Witt, but I think just playing the middle might be good enough instead of playing first base, because kind of anyone can play first base. Not anyone can play it well, and Vladdy seems to play it pretty well. But Bo Bichette this season, 43rd percentile sprint speed, 41st percentile outs above average, and 35th percentile arm strength.
That's not good.
That
the arm strength.
Say he's 30 years old. Those are going to get worse. They probably aren't getting better.
I guess if in comparison to like a Trey Turner, who is elite at like elite speed, elite all that stuff, and is older than Bo, and he got a shit ton of money, I feel like that's not going to matter though in discussions. Just looking at Trey Turner's contract, and Bo Bichette's going to be up at like what, 26, 27. Those are the prime years of a career. I don't know if Bo Bichette is going to take 28. Sorry. Yeah. So I don't know if Bo Bichette's going to take less than that. Maybe, I don't know. Damn well a team is going to offer him just a ridiculous amount of money, because that's a guy you build a team around. Like I just said, he does everything. He's obviously good at fielding now. He launches, he hits balls the other way, he gets deep into counts. I don't know. Gun to my head, I'm picking Bo right now. Is that a crazy thing to say? I know Vladdy's struggling. It's hard to obviously judge it right now, but gun to my head, Bo Bichette's just his entire career compared to Vladdy's, I would have to pick Bo, because Vladdy has kind of underperformed majority of his career besides that MVP season. And Bo Bichette has overperformed and been at the top of league leaders offensively for a long time. So
you're definitely right about that. There's guys like Nate Lowe putting up similar numbers to Vladdy, older guy, but you can find someone to hit. Like fucking look at Rowdy Tellez, man, who can put up numbers kind of similar to that. So I think I want Vladdy a Blue Jay forever. I don't think Bo really cares about being a Blue Jay as much as Vladdy does, but that could just be because what I've heard in the media. He seems like a subdued, quiet type of guy and doesn't like talking to the media that much. But I think Vladdy really embraces being here. So I think it would suck, but it would make more sense to give Bo the huge money, in my opinion, right now, because you could find guys like Spencer Horwitz could come up and be like a decent guy.
He's raking, horny for Horwitz.
Yeah, but I think it's easier for you to find a big bat who can play an okay defense and stick him at first base than someone big bat can play shortstop decently well, and you want him top of the order.
Yeah, for sure. So that's just the Bo Bichette talk. It had to be, obviously.
He's been so goddamn good too.
He is.
It's
insane.
Those opposite field windmill swings that are just so ugly and just pumps his average up.
But you see that, and I know, like, he just hits every pitch. Like that pitch he hit out on Friday, Avery, we were watching it on stream. It was at his hands.
Yeah.
And he launched it over the left field fence against like a decent pitcher too. He's not facing bums this weekend. So yeah, Bo Bichette's special.
I think the more impressive home run was the Pablo Lopez one.
Yes. There's
because the way you see Bo Bichette swing, you would think to game plan him, let's go hard in, because it seems like he's late on everything and inside out of swing. You can't really get hurt that bad if he's going to shoot it the other way, up and in, and pulls the hands in left field fence. See ya. Just
insane,
incredibly fast swing, great bat speed. He's a heck of a player, man.
But I will say this though, and I know there's been a ton of discourse. We got to stop with the people giving up on Vlad though, like saying trade Vlad. He's a bum.
The dumbest person on earth to trade him.
Yeah, I don't understand like trade Vlad conversation. We're talking about a Gold Glove defensive fielder. Obviously now he's playing really good defensively. He made a really good play today to save Barrios. Why are our fans like this? And I was looking back on Twitter and we had people talking last year about trade Bo. Like, it's just the guy struggles for 3 weeks, an elite hitter still. Obviously, Vladdy is still an elite hitter. He struggles for 2-3 weeks, and we have this discourse, trade Vlad. Let's see what we can get for Vlad. Shut the fuck up. This is why we can't have anything nice here. You finally have two cornerstone pieces in Vladdy and Bo, and every season when they're struggling for a month, you want them gone. Trade them. It's insane. I don't understand why this is just the discourse now when a guy struggles for 3 weeks.
Yep. No, you're definitely right. If they can find a way, keep them both. That
Oh
is,
my God.
that is what we want here. We don't. There's no reason that we want one over the other. I think it sucks that we think that they're gonna have to make that choice. I really hope they don't make that choice and we can just have them both.
Imagine them both signing the contracts together on the podium. Oh my God, that would be chills. And
after a World Series dub.
Like the Ryan Suter, Zach Parise matching contracts.
Yeah, that would fucking rule. But going back to that game on Friday, obviously Kevin Gossman's incredible. Worked around, didn't have his best stuff. 5 walks, only gives up 1 earned run. And we got to talk about this bullpen. I mean, Eric Swanson comes in, goes 1 inning, punches out 2 guys, works around 2 walks. Tim Meza, this guy, I'm not really tapped into the ERA plus stuff and all that type of shit. His ERA plus is like 435, 440. That has to be insane. Like, what's the average, Avery? 100?
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
Well, it just means he has a really good ERA, which you can see by ERA.
Okay. Yeah. His ERA is 0.96.
I don't know why they use ERA plus and ERA side by side each other.
Because it's just like a high number. It's like the fans look at it and they're like, whoa, 450.
Like, you can see his ERA is almost under 1. Yeah, that's really. We know that's really good.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I think maybe another stat in there instead would be better.
K percentage? I don't know, but another thing.
It's nice to have a little more advanced stats make their way to the broadcast because they're going to become very mainstream very soon, as you've seen. But Tim Meza's, he's good, man. And someone brought up the tweet that I randomly made about drinking when Tim Meza came into the game for the wild.
That was about the wild card game, I guess, but it just whatever. I don't care. It was that fucking clown. Well, I'm not even gonna mention his name, but another thing that we got to talk about is JR's guy, nasty Nate Pearson, the 8th inning boy. Are you kidding me? He looked incredible. The dude is pumping 99 to 100 in high leverage in a close game and just shutting the door. I mean, Nate Pearson's ERA is 1.93 right now with a 1 whip. This is a guy who was known for walking a lot of guys. His whip's 1, right? This bullpen's starting to shape up. I mean, you got Swanson now. Trevor Richards, the Silver Fox, all of a sudden is the best reliever of all time today. The changeup has like a 143 opponent average. Wild. Tim Meza, Swanson, Romano, Pearson. This is shaping up now to be like they're starting to figure it out. And like you said about winning these games, the weasel ways, the dirty ways, it all goes back to the bullpen doing what they're supposed to do and shutting the door down, right? I mean, Nate Pearson looked insane on Friday, Avery. He is so good when he's carving.
Yeah, the 1 walk. Some of the misses are just incredibly big misses too, which kind of sucks. It's like, okay, Nate, let's reel it in here a little bit. But no, only 20 pitches to get through the inning. It's not a few, but I was interested to see how he was going to pitch. Was the moment going to get too big for Nate Pearson at that time? And it didn't. So I'm happy that happened for him. Did he go again today or no?
Yes, he went. No, he didn't go today. Sorry, he didn't go today. It went Richard, Swanee, Romano. The big 3, the big three. But let's go to the Saturday game now. The Saturday game was so frustrating because the Jays scored 7 and lost, and did that little make believe 9th inning comeback they always do when they score 1,000 runs in the 9th inning and then strike out with the bases loaded, looking like Brandon Belt did. Chris Bassett was dog shit on Saturday. Let's look at his stat line. 4 innings pitched, 9 hits, 7 earned runs. Not great. Not great by the Hound. I mean, it's hard for a team, and I guess you could kind of put it as like, I know we talk about these fake 9th inning comeback stuff like this, but it kind of the team starting to show some signs of fight and coming back into games. I know we call it the fake 9th inning comebacks. That's a positive takeaway from that game. It was just so dumb that Brandon Belt comes up to the plate in the 9th inning, goes 3 pitches, strike, done. 3rd strike looking to end the game. That's what aggravated me when the tying runs at first base or second base. Sorry. That's just the Blue Jay. It just, what are your thoughts there with Chris Bassett, man? I mean, that was really fucking bad. And when he's bad, he's bad.
His velo was down like a mile per hour across the board, pretty much. So maybe a day he just didn't feel that great and didn't work out well.
Yeah, and it doesn't. Yeah,
a guy who doesn't have the velo to be able to go down miles an hour and still have their best stuff. Yeah, he needs to be on. If the velo is going to be down, location needs to be perfect. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Great. So chalk that one up to the game. He'd been so good for over a month. Happens. It happens.
100%.
Clearly didn't have his best stuff.
100% it happens. I mean, yeah, it sucked. And then I know Johnny Positive's all the way back. Another guy that we have to give our flowers to is the man that deleted his Twitter and posted a sub-2 ERA after he deleted his Twitter. Anthony Bass is back. Anthony Bass is back, Avery. I'm not even joking. He is all the way back. You know, last year when he would locate his, I don't know if it's a splitter or like a changeup, or I don't know what it is, but he'll just paint the bat, like the bottom left side of the zone every time, and it'll just drop in like on a bucket. He was doing that. He looked incredible. 2 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts. His ERA is down to 4.50. I know it was at like 6 something 3 weeks ago. Having that guy back is a massive, massive win for the Toronto Blue Jays. He is because that's another guy you could just throw to the bullpen now and be like, all right, he's going to give us a 0, or he's going to at least carve or just keep us in the game. So he looked back, but I want to talk about this guy. We got to stop giving Adam Simber innings. This guy is fucking terrible. What are your thoughts on Adam Simber, JR? Because this guy throws like 82, and when he's getting shelled, it's just like, how is this guy in the major leagues? I know we made a fake injury up for him, and now he comes back and he's even more rat pissed. Like, where do you stand with Adam Simber?
I think I'm done with anyone who throws under 93. I'm done with anyone who throws under 93. Because I'm a big Pearson guy, so.
That's a good point.
But a good point. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, Pearson being a top arm in the pen is pretty dangerous for us.
A lot of people called it, to be honest.
I said 10 saves.
That's not happening. But that's a make-believe dream right there.
If he's going to be the 8th inning guy and something happens to our 9th inning guy, if so facto, seems like he'll be our 9th inning guy.
Yeah, that's it. And you mentioned you don't want to take Swanson out of that 8th, 7th inning rule, so I guess that does make the most sense.
I'm fucking around there. Hopefully nothing happens.
Swanson's been fucking really good.
Yeah, Swanson's
I'm happy with how the bullpen's kind of shaped up. And again, Jimmy's just not. He's in a shit spot right now.
Yeah, fuck.
Everything's down for him. Like I said, I'm not dialed in on the Twitter stuff, the analytics stuff, but Jimmy Garcia, I don't know how many more like him and Simber. I mean, Jimmy Garcia, you were talking 2 relievers there. Chris Bassett gives up 7. Anthony Bass gives you a 0. And then you have 2 relievers come in and just get fucking shelled, just give up a shit ton of hard hit baseballs. And you give up 2 runs, and then your team comes back and scores 7 runs, and you lose a game. If Simber and Garcia throw up 0s there, it's a tie game, 7-7 after that 9th inning comeback. I know hypothetical, whatever, all that type of stuff. But yeah, it's just it's frustrating to watch Jimmy Garcia pitch because you could tell he just doesn't have it. His ERA is 6.47. I don't know what you do with this guy. I don't know if he has options. I don't know what you do. Maybe a fake IL stint, maybe. I don't know, like you did with Simber. But he has been absolutely terrible this year.
It's pretty interesting. What made him so good is what is making him so bad this year. There's the 4-seam fastball. Run value of -18 last year, a run value of 7 this year. I think 24 off the fastball. Again, an expected batting average of 224, so seems to be getting a little bit unlucky here. But yeah, there's not a clear thing to me as a pitch mix change would help. It just seems to be going poorly for Jimmy Heaters, man. You hate to see it.
You really do. It's like a fallen soldier. It was bad. Tyler Heineman back though. Credit to him. He started the rally. When they scored 2 runs, he leadoff walk, and then they just continue to hit and stuff like this. So
it's nice that game was the first ever guest in Gate 14 history back on the Birds.
It is. It's wild, actually. It really is. The Gate 14 difference, seeing our guy, the magician, back. And he's a fan favorite. Everyone loves Heineman. What could you hate about the guy? Nothing. He just knows his role, sits back, and just does what he does. So, yeah, I love me some Tyler Heineman, man. Little 0 for 1. 0 for 1 with just a walk. That's it. The Tyler Heineman stat line. And then The insane thing from that game was Kiermaier goes down. Hopefully he's okay, man, because he is a spark plug for this team, and he's having a career year. It sucks to see a guy go down who's having a career year like this. Biggio comes in and launches. Biggio hits a home run and then proceeds to just go 0 for his next 6. What the Calvin Biggio difference? But shout out to Biggio for launching. Good for him for that. But yeah, I mean, would you put like Simber at the bottom of the totem pole for guys you trust out of the bullpen, or Garcia?
Simber.
Really? Over Garcia?
At the bottom. He's Simber way down there for me.
Really?
Yeah. Simber. I mean
in the
Simber's
situations he gets
there.
used in, you usually need swing and miss, and Adam Simber is not really getting you swing and miss.
For sure. Yeah, that was a weird game. I mean, Brandon Belt hitting a single off the wall when his run means nothing, and then trying to go to second and getting thrown out by 1,000,000 feet. That pissed me off. Yeah, just the base. It's like I said, we just keep touching on it. The base running is so bad, and it's by veterans. Like all the base running mistakes this weekend: Kiermaier, Springer, Belt, not Vladdy, I guess technically, Chapman. These are all guys that are vets that know, like, you shouldn't be giving out free outs on the base pass. It was weird. I don't get it. But let's go into today's game. Jose Barrios, man. Jose fucking Barrios. Sub 2.9 ERA in his last 5-6 starts. This is a guy that literally was statistically the worst pitcher in baseball last year.
Qualified.
And now this guy is all the way back. I mean, 5 2/3 today, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, 4 hits. The 5 walks did suck, but he worked around it. Double play balls, pop-ups, weak contact. He looks insane. And now I don't know if we talked about this last episode. I look forward to a Jose Barrios start. I can't believe that's something I'd ever say. He's a guy where it's like, oh, Jose Barrios is going this series. We got a chance to win that game. It used to be Alek Manoah. Alek Manoah is just the worst pitcher on planet Earth right now. And Jose Barrios has overstepped the big dog.
We sadly sacrificed one for the other.
Yeah. And it makes sense money-wise. It makes sense money-wise to have the guy that you're paying substantially more than Manoah be good. So it's sacrifice I'm willing to make 10 times out of 10. Because Jose Barrios, his stuff was disgusting today. And obviously a lot of walks, a lot of balls got away from him. But
there's looked like some pretty good defense being played today too.
Yeah. Bo Bichette made an unreal play today.
Dalton Varsho.
The TV dive, the TV catch.
The TV catch after being on the not Sports Center top 10 the day before.
He needed that bad, boys.
He did. He needed that ball in his glove. Back to back of him almost catching home runs. That's
the baseball god shitting on us, though. That's when it rains, it pours-esque. That's
what happens when we weren't happy enough about the wins.
Yeah, that's exactly karma for that. But yeah, Jose Barrios all the way back, and another guy that's back. And I saw Josh Goldberg tweet this. George Springer is all the way back, hitting over 300. He hit over 300 in the month of May. Just doing what George Springer does, man. Obviously, I'm hoping he's healthy now, or fully healthy at least. And this is a guy. Let me look at his game logs here. Yeah, month of May, he's hitting 301, 381 on base percentage, 495 slugging percentage. This is what you need from your leadoff hitter. I mean, he's on a 3-game hitting streak. This series alone, Avery, he had 8 hits. He went 8 for 12, bro. 8 for 12 this series, George Springer. Brought his average all the way back up to 260. And this is a guy that was at one point hitting 216. He brought his numbers up 46 points in 1 month. That'll play. That'll play from the guy you pay.
Absolutely. Needed that to happen for this team to get going. So happy for George, obviously. And he's the one that kind of starts it at the top. So when he gets going and he's on base, makes scoring runs a whole lot easier.
Yeah. No, for sure. I love to see George.
I think kind of how this offense has struggled really is on the weight of Vladdy, sadly. Again, since he came back from that little knee tweak, he's been horrid for his standards.
Yes.
Or the standards we hold of Vladdy usually. And he seems to come up in every important spot as well.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, hey, This team could probably have 10 more runs over the last week if Vladdy was himself. So again, you win a series with arguably your best hitter struggling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. That's another positive sign. We're a bunch of positives here. George Springer being back, and then just seeing a guy that everyone loves. Everyone loves George Springer. Just seeing him have success and just smile again and not be miserable or just always look like he's hurt fouling balls off his legs. It's cool to see. It's cool to see a guy like George Springer back. So shout out to the legend, George Springer. But Matt Chapman, I mean, again, what did it cost? It costed Matt Chapman being quite literally one of the worst hitters I've ever seen in the month of May. He has been terrible. Where are you at, Jerry? Are you in on the Chapman boat, or are you just seeing this guy just decrease his worth every single time he steps up to the plate?
I mean, we all saw this coming at some point, just based off like his career history. I mean, he was the hottest hitter alive to start the year, MVP candidate. But I mean, you just hope that he can. The big deciding point is can he rebound? Like this is going to be the big deciding point here on like can he become, because like I mean if he can be like a decent, like in the sense like over 266 hitter for the Jays all year, like I mean that's huge for the team. So I think this is like a crucial part. And can he rebound? Because like we obviously know what he's capable of, and he's down bad. And how long is he going to be down this bad? But I mean, his worth, what we talked about was, I mean, I think it's going to go way down. But I mean, we were talking about a guy who is going to get a lot of money, who can play that type of defense and put up those numbers. But I think it's going to be crucial here on if he can rebound.
And
if he can get back in a good spot.
The thing that sucks is when he's struggling, he looks so bad. He's late on 90. Like he was late on 91 today 3 times, just cock shot 91, not even remotely in the same stratosphere of it. His swing gets really long when he's struggling. So it's not great to watch. It really isn't great to watch. But again, though, going back to what we were talking about, and another guy that I want to talk about, obviously, is Alejandro Kirk. He is all the way back as well. That guy is raking the gate 14 bump. But again, what did it cost? Brandon Belt sucks again. It just you keep trading. It's like a little trading card game. It's like, oh, Kirk's back, but Brandon Belt's ass again. Springer's good, but Matt Chapman sucks. That's Blue Jays ball. That's ball, folks. Like my boy YJ's.
That smells like we're gonna be better soon as a team. If half of the people are doing well and half the team's shitty, maybe it'll be nice when they all find their stride together.
For sure. Oh, that'll be. Oh, I can't wait for that to happen. That's going to be incredible. But obviously, again, from that bullpen again, Jordan Romano, another guy that's all the way back. He already has 12 saves. Holy shit.
Well, he was at like 8 probably a month ago.
Yeah. What about our guy, though, Silver Fox, Trevor Richards? Little 1 inning, 3 punchies today. Keep the change.
I can't believe he got good. I legitimately cannot believe it.
He's the last guy on the planet that if you told me to start of the year, it's like, this is going to be a pretty decently big guy out of the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen, I'd say, shut the fuck up. Shut up. He sucks. He looks good. He's the Silver Fox. He's one. Do you think he talks in the locker room? There's no chance he has, like, I don't know if he has friends, but there's just no chance that, like, there's just no chance. Let's do a scenario here. There's no chance that him and Dalton Varsho have said a word to each other.
No,
right?
No. They seem the most likely to hang out of.
No, dude.
Yes.
Okay, switch, change of pace. Do you think him and Bo Bichette have ever had a conversation?
There you go. No.
Been on the same team for 3 years. Bo Bichette's like, I've never talked to that crazy motherfucker. I've never talked to that dude in 3 years.
Like Tim Mesa and Vladdy have never exchanged words.
Never even crossed paths. Do you think they even high five in the post game?
No, maybe that they're forced to do that.
Let's go. We'll all go round table here. Who is 2 guys, and maybe you just had that. Who's 2 guys that you can guarantee have never chatted on the Toronto Blue Jays? JR, you could start.
Oh man. This is such a good question. I'm gonna go with Kirk. I'm gonna go with Kirk, and Trevor Richards. Never.
Well, no, you can't do catcher pitcher though.
It sucks.
It has to be like different positions.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yusei Kikuchi and Kevin Biggio have never exchanged words.
No chance.
No way.
No.
But we've heard.
chance in
I don't
hell.
know, because we've heard that Kikuchi's pretty like outgoing.
But
Kevin Biggio
Kevin's
doesn't
not
seem-
though.
Yeah, that's true.
Durag boy. I don't know. I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna one up you, Jr. Kirk. I didn't even make stop even say this. Kirk and Brandon Belt have never had a conversation in the entire existence of the Toronto Blue Jays.
That would be an awkward conversation.
There is no way in hell Alejandro Kirk and Brandon Belt have had over a 2-word conversation ever. There's no way. Now I'll let you go, Jared. What is your random duo that has never talked?
I don't know how that got to my head. I completely forgot that they were a catcher pitcher duo. Like,
yeah,
that was on me. But I do like the Kirk. Okay, I'm gonna go with. Oh my god, I feel like there's so many good ones that I'm like blanking almost, because I feel like there's someone that like I need to. I'm gonna go with. Okay.
You're bad at thinking this way.
Everyone else go one more time and come back to me, because I have.
I'm gonna give you one player, then you just give me another. Kevin Kiermaier
and Jimmy Garcia have never talked.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
It's endless opportunities. There's endless
we'll
opportunities.
Let you think for the end of the show, Jared.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're bad critical.
That was just
critical
on
thinking.
the spot.
Yeah, on the spot's not your thing.
Yeah, you're not on the spot critical thinker. I don't know if that's the right word, but so anyways, Jays won again today, right? Like I said, won the series. The bullpen absolutely lights out. Just the big three, the three-headed monster. Trevor Richards, Anthony Bass, or Trevor Richards, Eric Swanson, Jordan Romano, the big three. You love to see it. Obviously, positive strides with this bullpen, besides the Simber and Garcia stuff, obviously. But yeah, let's go into the series this week. And I sent Avery
let's do some questions first. New segment alert.
Oh.
New segment alert from the Discord.
New segment alert. These are going to make the episodes a little bit longer. I know people ask, well, there's one person who gets mad every single episode that they're not longer. So
who gets mad?
Memes. Kirk memes.
Shout out memes.
Oh, memes.
So sorry to Kirk memes that the episodes aren't longer. Happy birthday to you, and glad that Kirk's figured things out. So I won't say who this is, but if you join the Discord, I'll before every episode I'm gonna put in there, hey, we're recording soon. Drop some questions if you want to hear them. First one, at what point did you guys realize that this season just isn't the season for them to get over the hump?
I will never do that until they are. I will never do that until they are mathematically out of a playoff spot.
Come on,
Agreed.
We can't answer that.
Yeah. Next question.
Would you throw the bag at Ohtani this offseason and you have him with Bo and Vlad, but you lose both of them in 2 years? Or would you sign Bo and Vlad to super contracts and make them Jays for life?
Jays for life.
I'd probably
financially, there's just no way we can make all that happen.
There's just no way we can make that happen. But I'd probably do the 2 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you can't sign them after that. No, you lose. Okay, you lose them, but you don't lose Ohtani.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would fucking rule.
I do it.
That would rule. Being able to watch Ohtani on a good baseball team would be sick.
Yeah.
Not the cat shit Angels. What's the next one?
Okay. This is one Johnny's going to have to go into. What started Gate 14? He wants to know a little history of the podcast.
Strap it on. Listen.
This is for people, some people, new listeners. I guess they wouldn't know.
Yeah, I guess the listeners from like the early episodes might know this. So, so I was doing obviously Efficient Official and JR and Avery. We followed each other. We're obviously mutual friends and stuff like that. And I knew Avery was in the content game, so I knew he knew how to manage his stuff and do all this type of stuff. So, I just
do you remember what really started it?
What?
So there was an Owner's Box TikTok of me, JR. We did a fantasy baseball show.
Yes.
And one of the clips from our show was I said Charlie Montoya was the worst manager in baseball. And it went on TikTok on the account, and Johnny's officially unofficial podcast commented something along the lines of like he totally agreed that we should definitely do something. And then Daniel Hardy commented under yours saying you guys need to do something together. And then
crazy. It's giving me chill. Like, yeah, I didn't even remember that. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And then
we were supposed to do something together.
Yeah, like I don't know what we were supposed to do together, but it kind of got pushed back. But and then what happened after that was I just like being a massive Jays fan. Obviously, I'm a psychopathic Jays. Everyone knows I'm a psycho Jays fan. If you watch the fucking Basement Boy videos, I was just like, there's just no relatable Jays content out there. I just couldn't find it. I was tired of watching like Sportsnet Central or Blair and Barker. No offense to them, obviously, but I just couldn't find stuff that was relatable to guys our age or just the common fan that doesn't really care about grown men just complaining about stuff, like relatable spit and chicklets type of stuff. So I reached out to Avery and I was like, hey man, like you're good with this stuff. Let's start a podcast. Like I started Jay's podcast. I had the guests. I know a decent amount of people around the league and they're willing to help out and stuff like that. I know Jano, Bass. I know all these guys. So let's start something up here. We kind of pushed it back a little bit. I think our first episode was after or the day before the first series, which is wild. Just didn't even do spring training, none of that stuff. He sent me some mock-ups for the logos. We started it, and then we did this jersey giveaway that got us to like 400 followers on Instagram, I want to say, which kind of propelled it. And then it just kept rapidly growing. And Avery kind of got me into the TikTok stuff. I didn't really care for it. I didn't really know the extent of it. And our TikTok just started blowing up. And that's what kind of started. I mean, just me, I reached out to Avery. The DM, I think I tweeted it. If you want to just search my name with the DM heard around the world, I think that was the caption. But yeah, we just kind of did that, shot the shit. The first couple episodes.
It is hilarious how few people listen to them.
Yeah, like look at how many we get now. Obviously, like in the decent amount, like obviously way above
like bunch of thousands of people will listen to this.
Yeah, like we got a couple thousand people listening to us every like 2 times a week for the podcast and on YouTube and stuff like that. And back then I was fired up for like 150. I was like, holy shit, dude. Yeah, it's been a wild ride. So yeah, that was the kind of the start of it. It's just a DM or like a TikTok comment, which led to a DM, and then just not really having a direction on where we were going to go. It was an unorganized podcast. I know obviously a lot of our podcasts are, but that was the first time we ever talked. Like face to face, actually had a conversation was that podcast.
Yeah.
Which is wild looking back on it, to be honest. I can't believe we just never had a conversation before that. I didn't even know who JR was. I don't think I followed JR.
You didn't. Yeah. I was like, I'm bringing another guy on with me, by the way.
Yeah,
JR wanted me. So we were doing a fantasy baseball show called Skippers that was big on YouTube for fantasy baseball space, like one of the biggest ones on YouTube. And we wanted to get Johnny on. I forget what we wanted to do. It was going to be something.
It was like
something stupid, but it was going to be funny.
We're going to do a combine.
It was going to be funny.
Yeah.
And Jer wanted me to call you so bad. It's just who the type of guy Jer is. He's like, call him.
I was like, just call him. And this maybe was an argument for like 2.5 weeks. And Abe's like, I'll just message him. And I was like, why don't we just hop on a call and see what we want to do?
So Jer's the business guy. I'll fucking text him.
And it turns out that Johnny probably would have loved hopping on a call.
For sure. No, but yeah, that's what kind of started. And that just kind of shows you like not to be like cheesy and stuff like that, just things being meant to be. Like just that TikTok comment, Hardy being our mutual friend, just like saying you guys should do stuff together. Shout out D Hardy. Yeah, it's been
a fun wild ride.
Yeah, and then the first time we met was with the no AC in the car, no heat in the car, me driving to Toronto without being able to see out the front windshield. It's just everything just coming along and coming together. So yeah, that's kind of how we started for the new listeners out there. I know there's a pretty decent amount of them that are just kind of tagging along now a little bit late, but yeah, that's where we started.
Relationship started. All right. This is from Rocco.
Yeah,
how would each of you describe your relationship with the content game?
I'm fucking it. I'm married to the content game, man. Obviously, if you could tell, I live and die by it. If you follow me on Twitter, that's all I think about every day is the Toronto Blue Jays. And I get severely depressed when they're not doing good because obviously it's like we put so many hours into this that it's like it aggravates me. Yeah, I'm fucking the content game. Me and the content game be fucking.
But like, you know, if you're fucking someone, there's some things like probably going wrong too. What are your gripes with the content game?
I would say, not to get personal, is a lot of the times in my mind, I try to please everyone. And that's what kind of kills me, is me trying to make everyone like us and make everyone love me and love the podcast. And that's just such a not a sustainable way to live.
Yeah,
and that
as soon as we get bigger, the more people are gonna fucking hate it.
Yeah. And that's what I have to start to realize. I think I'm doing better with it than I was before. Like Mudboy last year was really bad when we were like elevating like crazy and I would just fight everyone. Now I'm kind of just letting the comments go. And if I want to say something funny back to someone, I'll just say it. But yeah, I would say I'm married. I'm fucking the podcast game, married to it too. I would say it's where it's like a 20-year relationship. Where would you say, Avery? What would you say your relationship is with the content game?
We're pretty healthy right now. So like I pretty much just doing the content game full time because I do it for work and I do it here. I kind of hate the content game that I've gotten into for work from the fancy baseball space because they don't give a fuck about me.
No.
There could be no face on the videos as long as there is information that they can use to be better. So I've kind of, and then the owner's box TikTok stuff, the trivia, I fucking love that stuff. Like being able to be a little bit different, be creative. Being creative, I think, is something that I'm good at, and being able to come up with ideas. I love doing that. And then people just call me an idiot. I fucking hate that. It's like, how do you not know sports? You're a fucking idiot if you think I don't know anything. We had a full Jeopardy trivia video of NBA finals. I don't know shit about the NBA. It's like, how do you guys have a channel you don't know sports?
That's just the clicks business.
Answered 3/4 of the questions right. Like
I'm excited for JR's answer.
Idiots always just like kind of ruin it for you, but I enjoy doing it.
I'm excited for JR's answer. JR, what would you describe?
Someone who's pretty much out of the content.
Yeah, you guys are just went on a date and never talked again. You guys are on and off.
Yeah, it's like a bad divorce. It's my relationship with content. Content's hard. You got to commit. It's like Johnny says, he puts a lot of hours into it, which you got to give his flowers. But now I take it more from more of a strategic back end. More mine with my job right now. So
me and the content game.
I mean, if everyone thought doing content was so easy, they'd do it, right?
Yeah, it's really a commitment. You can't really have it both ways.
And you need to
gotta commit or you don't.
You need to be like ready to be made fun of.
Yeah,
like it's
you gotta take the criticism. For sure. There's always going to be haters out
Taking yourself too seriously is tough when you try and do that type of stuff. So anyone who's trying to start a podcast or wants to do something,
we'll give you a like. Yeah, maybe not Johnny.
Yeah, you can't win a bet sitting on the sidelines. So fucking just
for sure. Yeah, so you strap it up. Yeah, let's go into the weekend preview. Or the series preview. Sorry, I'm excited to watch the Brewers play at the Rogers Center. I kind of want to go to a game. I don't think I've ever.
Isn't it in Milwaukee?
No, it's here. I don't think I've ever seen the Brewers live before. Now that I think about it, but I kind of want to go to Yusei Kikuchi Day on Tuesday. We'll figure something out for that. So the probable pitchers Tuesday: Kikuchi, Hauser, Manoah versus Julio Teheran. Oh my God, that game is going to be terrible. Kevin Gossman versus Freddie Peralta, and this is what I talked about on the weekend, Avery. This is a pitching mismatch for the Toronto Blue Jays. You got Yusei Kikuchi, who's been decent. Manoah, who's been trash, and Kevin Gossman, who's been really, really good. One of the best in the game. And they miss Corbin Burns. I'm going to say Jays to go 2-1 again. I'm going to say they get
future Blue Jay Corbin Burns won't strap it up at his.
Wish he could.
Ooh,
future home.
Chenye coming with the shots.
Julio Teheran. I mean, the last time you have baseball savant information from Julio Teheran was 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
So what is he doing? Is he making a spot start?
No, he pitched. He started a game, 5 innings, 5 strikeouts, against the Giants. Yeah,
still kicking it around.
1 earned run.
Still kicking that run. That game is the total for that game for the bettors out there is going to be 12.5. There's going to be a million runs that game.
He's made 2 major league appearances since 2020. And the Blue Jays will lose to him.
Yep. You know damn well they're going to lose that game. I'm saying 2-1. Where are you at, JR?
I like 2-1. I like 2-1 a lot. I'd be really happy with 2-1.
Someone say sweep. Someone have the balls to say fucking sweep.
Alek Manoah's pitching. You can't say sweep.
Yeah, it's guaranteed L.
2-1.
2-1. All right, yeah, 2-1 with this series. I'm gonna say Kikuchi figures it out a little bit. I know the Brewers aren't that great offensively.
No, they're dog shit against left-handed pitching.
Yeah, so that's a bounce back spot right there. And Adrian Hauser, I mean ZRA is like 2.6, I think, or 2.8. I don't know what it is, something like that. I just am not excited to watch Manoah again. It's so bad to watch. He gets hit so hard, and when he's not, he's walking the house, hitting guys. No aura, as they say, on the mound with that guy. But I'm excited to see Kevin Gossman against a not a great lineup. This is going to be awesome. I love watching teams that haven't been here. Like, I love going to that Braves series. I went to a game there on the Saturday. Yeah. I love going to this. Watch the Brewers. I don't think I've ever seen the Brewers live. Maybe when I was a kid with my pops and stuff like that. But yeah, this is going to be cool to see Christian Yelich live.
You see the Willie Adames injury?
Oh yeah, foul ball into the dugout.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that sucked. Yeah, I'm gonna say 2-1, and let's just keep the ball rolling and win series, man. A sweep here would be fucking awesome, but I don't know, man. That Tuesday game.
Who's after the Brew Crew?
The Mets.
Oh fuck!
Another team that's been scuffling though. The Mets have been ass, dude.
Are you gonna send the?
I've tried. I've DM'd. He gets 1 million DMs a day now. He's way bigger than when I had him on the first time. So it's hard.
That's the thing with Frank. We talked about
it. I feel
he said
Frank Fleming reads every DM he's ever gotten.
I can try.
You've seen that scene where the OnlyFans model was like, I DM'd you, and he's like, I get way too many DMs.
Yeah, that's what I'm
maybe
saying.
He doesn't then.
Yeah,
yeah, I can try. I mean, I'll try again. I don't think he's gonna come on. I don't know. We'll see. That'll be tough.
It would be nice to just get a statement from him. At least.
For sure, for sure. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see with that. But let's win the series, man. Let's win the series this weekend. Let's beat an NL team again. Let's go Braves on their ass, huh? Let's sweep them. What's stopping us? Hopefully Manoah bounce back. We'll be streaming. I don't know what game I'm going to be going to, but I definitely am going to be going to a game. I do want to see the Brewers live. Love you guys. Any last words? It's good to have the gang back together, man. It's really good to have the gang back together. JR, any last words for the people from Cali? Because I don't know if you're going to be on Thursday, right? So. Oh, you definitely will be because the game's going to be done at 10. So, yeah, you'll definitely.
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right.
Let's get it, boys.
Avery, any last words?
No, love you guys. Go Birds.